श्रीलंका के राष्ट्रपति गोटाबाया राजपक्षे ने अपने पद से इस्तीफा दे दिया है। स्पीकर ने उसका आधिकारिक ऐलान कर दिया है, लेकिन प्रदर्शन अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है। प्रदर्शनकारी अभी भी जो पुरानी संसद है और प्रेसिडेंट का सेक्रेटेरिएट है यहाँ पर डटे हुए हैं। हालांकि इनकी संख्या जरूर कम हुई है। यहाँ पर कुछ प्रदर्शनकारी हैं जो पिछले जो करीबन 100 दिनों से लगातार सड़कों पर हैं। इन लोगों से बात करते हैं कि आखिर अब क्या, क्योंकि जो इनकी मुख्य मांग थी गोटाबाया राजपक्षे के इस्तीफे की वो तो हो गया है। सो नाउ वी न्यू दैट गोटाबाया राजपक्षे हैज ऑलरेडी रिजाइन्ड. Now what next?
Ranil needs to resign. We have a long way more to go in terms of a country. So initial thing would be for Ranil to go, for us to get some sort of political stability to the country. Thereafter, they need to sort out an interim government and set a date for very, very soon elections.
But he's just interim president. Probably someone else will take over charge. Then why this protest?
We need to keep the pressure. Ranil has wanted to be president for a very long time, so people need to remind him that, and that he was put into the post of prime minister to begin with without a people's mandate. So we need to keep the pressure to remind him and remind other leaders that we will only accept a leader that the people elect.
But the speaker already said that he'll convey that special session to further proceed. Then what's the doubt?
The doubt is because at the end of the day, the issue of numbers, right? That within Parliament, you still need to have the numbers to be able to hold, and so nobody has a sense of the previous governing alliance, which is the SLPP, which way they will go, whether they'll support acting president, prime minister, his position is unclear, Ranil Wickremesinghe or not. And so that's why there's a lot of concern that really if we have to move forward, we cannot solve the current economic crisis unless you have political stability. And political stability will only get if we have the confidence of the general public and you have a leader who is legitimate, who has the ability to really negotiate across parties. And that's why an interim government that is representative of multiple political parties is so important.
All of you have any idea who can take charge? Who's gonna be next? Because Gotabaya Rajapakse, he fled from the country. Ranil, he's the interim president now. Soon, new president will take charge. But who? Can you tell me a few names?
No, I frankly, I don't necessarily find anybody in our current constitution. Plus, I don't think I have the right to make those names. I think a free and fair elections need to happen, and the people will decide who they want, and it may not be anybody who is in the current parliament.
So till then, this protest will go on, or what?
I think protesters don't intend to move from here until deeper demands, until Ranil leaves and until this ask for an election happens, until that comes through, they will keep the pressure up.
And maybe just to add one thing, for us also in Sri Lanka, we have drawn inspiration from protests also around the other region, including what happened in India with the farmers' protest. So for us, that's, this is a larger thing than just this protest in this location. Along with Gotago Gama here, you have multiple protest sites across the country. We have multiple protests in neighborhoods, and so in that sense, we're not sure whether the whole movement will stay after the resignation of President Gotabaya Rajapakse, but it has really unleashed a political awakening and consciousness that we hope will stay in the coming future.
And साफ तौर पर ये वो even you want to say something?
You can also speak in Tamil if you all have.
No, I'll prefer Hindi.
Hindi?
Yeah. Thoda, no issue. Just tell me, so what's next now? Because Gotabaya Rajapakse has already resigned. He fled from the country. What's the next move?
Actually, we are seeing the Ranil Wickremesinghe as Gotabaya's another face. Because if Ranil is a normal MP, we don't mind to run the interim government. But unfortunately, when we ask, the public has come out on the road and we are requesting President to step out. But the Ranil Wickremesinghe has come into the picture to save this Rajapaksa family. So that is where this disappointed has started. So we really don't want Ranil Wickremesinghe to hold the power, and he can't satisfy our request. And we have action plan. We have handed over to the party leaders, which the meeting has held 2-3 days back. I was there, and we have handed over the 6 major points, and we have requested to
You were there in the meeting with the speaker? Or where?
only the party leaders,
Party leaders.
opposition party leaders who are going to create the interim interim government. So right now the shapes are okay. Our prime request is already achieved, but it's not over. So we will continue the protest till the Ranil Wickremesinghe has to step down from this position.
Who's gonna be future of?
No, we already suggest the party leader to create an interim government. They can decide anyone who can lead the country. That's up to them. We can't point out any new leaders. That is not our job. And we have give them an action plan. Whoever can implement that is more than enough for us. The action plan has itself contained all the major issues which has faced this country for last 74 years. The corruption, racism, so those things has to be addressed. This is the time. And this is the time the public has come onto the road and they have addressed all the major issues. The politician has played the major role for this situation. They have done it. So this is our thing.
यानी साफ तौर पर ये वो प्रदर्शनकारी हैं जो पिछले करीबन 100 दिनों से लगातार सड़कों पर थे, जिनका साफ तौर पर अभी भी ये कहना है कि देखिए हमारा प्रोटेस्ट अभी भी खत्म नहीं हुआ, प्रदर्शन खत्म नहीं हुआ है। और वो उसकी वजह ये है कि रणिल विक्रमसिंघे जिस तरीके से एक ढाल बन के खड़े हुए हैं गोटाबाया राजपक्ष और राजपक्ष परिवार के लिए, इस वजह से रणिल विक्रमसिंघे भी मंजूर नहीं है। उनकी जगह अगर कोई नया नेता आता है, कोई नया जो है प्रधानमंत्री, कोई नया राष्ट्रपति आता है तो संभवतः उससे उम्मीद ज़रूर है, लेकिन गोटाबाया या राजपक्ष परिवार या फिर रणिल विक्रमसिंघे जो कि उनके जो सहयोगी के तौर पर सामने आए हैं, उनसे किसी तरह की उम्मीद नहीं है। जब तक वो अपने पद से नहीं हटते प्रदर्शन यूं ही जारी रहेगा। इस सब के बीच में उदाहरण दिया जा रहा है यहाँ पर श्रीलंका में भारत में हुए किसान आंदोलन का भी, कि देखिए वहाँ पर एक पब्लिक मूवमेंट हुआ था, लेकिन ये मूवमेंट तो उससे भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा बड़ा है। लिहाजा हम ये दबाव लगातार बनाए रखना चाहते हैं जिससे कि सरकार जनता के हितों की बात करे, ना कि अपने हित की। सहयोगी कैमरा पर्सन मनोज अधिकारी के साथ अंकित गुप्ता, एबीपी न्यूज़, कोलंबो।